Inside me, I held myself together. I said, don't talk, don't say anything. And then 10 minutes went by, and then 15 minutes, and people started getting upset. And then I saw some people getting up and leaving. Then I thought to myself, I looked, I was wearing trousers, t-shirt. I stood up, I walked to the front. So my friend who taught me, he thinks, what's this guy? He's pulling me, stop, don't go. Because he thinks I'm going to embarrass him. Khutbah finished. Assalamu alaikum. That brother was one of the reasons, or the reason why I started to teach. Sahib, friend. That day onwards, he said, Akhi, we're not calling no khatib from outside. You're doing the khutbah. If you're going to be friends with someone, make sure that you befriend a person who's good. Choose your friends wisely. Select. Can this person be my friend? Yes, come. Can this person not be? No. Why? يَقُودُكَ لِلْخَيْرَاتِ He will grab you by the hand and he will take you to good. نُصْحًا وَيُرْشِدُ He's a sincere advisor to you. He's going to tell you what's beneficial for you and he's going to guide you. That's the type of people you need to befriend. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said this to Nabiullah Muhammad. وَاصْبِرْ نَفْسَكَ مَعَ الَّذِينَ يَدْعُونَ رَبَّهُمْ بِالْغَدَاةِ وَالْعَشِيِّ يُرِيدُونَ وَجْهَهُ وَلَا تَعْدُ عَيْنَاكَ عَنْهُمْ تُرِيدُ زِينَةَ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا وَلَا تُطِعْ مَنْ أَغْفَلْنَا قَلْبَهُ عَنْ ذِكْرِنَا وَاتَّبَعَ هَوَاهُ وَكَانَ أَمْرُهُ فُرُطًا. Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. وَاصْبِرْ نَفْسَكَ Be patient with who? The people who are righteous. The ones who call unto Allah day and night. Be patient with them. They're poor people. It doesn't matter. No one respects them. No one cares about them. It doesn't matter. They are what? People who Allah loves. They're righteous people. Befriend them. Be with them. So this ayah, when Allah is telling Nabiullah Muhammad this, it's really a message for who? Me and you. It's for me and you. That we choose our friends wisely. That we don't just see someone and say, because a friend is a reflection of who you are. When you selected this person, or you said this person is going to be my friend, you chose this person to be in your air with you and hang around with you because of what? الطيور على أشكالها تقع. Birds fly with its likes. You never see a pigeon flying with a duck. Have you ever seen that? No, they don't. Birds will fly together. Pigeons will fly together. The ducks will fly together. The eagles will fly together. Each bird flies with its likes. So for you to choose this person to be your friend, it says a lot about you. That's why the messenger, he said, Al-mar'u ala dini khalilihi. That the person is of the religion of his friend. فَلْيَنْظُرْ, let one of you look at who he has chosen as a friend. So why did you choose this person? I'll tell you guys a story. When I was in the UK, London, I used to work for the human resource department. I was one of the people who used to interview people for jobs. I was in that department. And this was when Facebook first came out. One of the ways that we used to choose the people and select them and say we're going to give you the job was not based on the interview. The interview was just part of it. It was formality. What we did was we asked those people for their social media platforms. We would ask them for their Facebook. And we would say, can you tell us what your Facebook is? And they would give it to us. And what they would do is they would go through that person's Facebook friends. And if you were friends with someone who was crazy and doing crazy things, we already knew what type of person you were. Well, I wasn't doing that, but the department was doing that. So I used to see that. And I just realized the hadith, Al-mar'u ala dini khalilihi, that's what they're following. The person is of the religion of his friend. Does that make sense? And of course, this is not always the case where someone's following you on social media or you're following someone on social media that you are friends with them, not necessarily, but it does say something of why you've chosen to say friends to this person or why you let this person in your inner circle. It's because something in you finds this person. So choose your friends. How many people, my brothers and sisters, have ended up destroyed and destruction came to them because of a friend? I actually know in the UK, I was an imam of a masjid, and so this is in London again. One of the things that the UK imams in the masajids, they do is that they deal with the community problems. The community, the problems that they have, and the problems of the community, because it's not a Muslim country. There's no awqaf or nothing. The masjid is the awqaf. The masjid is everything. Make sense? So from the things that the masjid deals with is also the Muslims who are in prison. To get them, so the prison and the government will tell you, come give da'wah to the people in the prison. Okay? So I went to one of those sessions where I sat down with one of the people in prison. I asked him, why are you in prison? What made you come into prison? And he said, Wallahi, I did not commit this crime. But one of my friends did it, and I'm not going to snitch. You know what snitch means, right? I'm not going to tell on him. So I said, you're going to take a decade of your life, 10 years, because of a friend who committed the crime, and you're going to, he said, yeah, because it's a problem. If I snitch, I get put in stitches, right? If I tell off my friend, everyone's going to look at me as a guy who's a telltale. And hakada. Who destroyed his life? A bad friend. Sah? And so it reminded me, my brothers and sisters, that if a person cannot help you in this world and he's meant to be your friend, look at the day of judgment. Al-akhillau yawma'idhin ba'duhum li ba'din adu. Except who? Illa al-muttaqeen, only the muttaqeen. They're the only ones who are brothers that day. They look for each other. Habibi, kayfa haluk. The people who, even that day, the mother and the father would run away from each other. يوم يفر المرء من أخيه وأمي وأبي وصاحبتي وبني لكل امرئ منهم يومئذ شأن يغنيه. Like in the righteous people, no, they're not going to run away from each other. We're brothers. Kayf. We pray together, we fast together, we work together. When we see each other, وأقبل بعضهم على بعض يتساءلون. We're going to sit down and we're going to say to each other, may Allah make us from them, Ya Rabbil Alameen. May Allah make us from the people of Jannah. The people of Jannah are going to look at each other and they're going to say to each other, how did you make it? I remember you in Dubai. I remember you in this country. I remember you, I used to see you. How did you make it? What does he say? إِنَّا كُنَّا مِن قَبْلُ فِي أَهْلِنَا مُشْفِقِينَ فَمَنَّ اللَّهُ عَلَيْنَا وَوَقَانَا عَذَابَ السَّمُومِ. And when I was in the dunya, I was scared of Allah. It was always on my mind that I'm going to stand in front of Allah. I'm going to be questioned. I'm going to be interrogated. I knew all of that. And so I worked hard. فَمَنَّ اللَّهُ عَلَيْنَا. Allah has now favored us. وَوَقَانَا عَذَابَ السَّمُومِ. And Allah protected us from the painful torment. Naru Jahannam. Allah protected us from it. My brothers and sisters, this is a what? Good people. The one who is not a good friend, you're going to regret being with him. وَيَوْمَ يَعَضُّ الظَّالِمُ عَلَى يَدَيْهِ يَقُولُ يَا لَيْتَنِي اتَّخَذْتُ مَعَ الرَّسُولِ سَبِيلًا يَا وَيْلَتَى لَيْتَنِي لَمْ أَتَّخِذْ فُلَانًا خَلِيلًا لَقَدْ أَضَلَّنِي عَنِ الذِّكْرِ بَعْدَ إِذْ جَاءَنِي وَكَانَ الشَّيْطَانُ لِلْإِنسَانِ خَذُولًا. Sah? You're regretting, why did I take this person as a friend? I used to be good. I used to pray. I used to listen to my parents. He came to me and now he told me not pray. I was going to the masjid. He said, no, let's not go to masjid. Let's go somewhere else. I listened to him. I did everything for him. إذ تبرأ الذين اتبعوا من الذين اتبعوا ورأوا العذاب وتقطعت بهم الأسباب وقال الذين اتبعوا لو أن لنا كرة أي الرجوع لو أن لنا كرة فنتبرأ منهم كما تبرأوا منا كذلك يريهم الله أعمالهم حسرات عليهم. They regret it. Now they're freeing themselves from you. They're saying, we've got nothing to do with you. So, as-sahib sahib. A friend drags, destroys you. And there are people who, because of a friend, they started practicing. They became righteous because of a friend. He came into their life and he changed it. They met in university and he said, Akhi, come here. Do this. What are you doing? I actually know that when I came to the UK, after I went abroad, I was in the UK all my life, then I went abroad and I came back to the UK after seeking knowledge, and I came back to the UK, I was in college. And I wasn't doing any duroos, I wasn't teaching anyone anything, I wasn't doing anything. I used to wear my trousers, my t-shirt. I was in college, I was writing, I was studying, I was learning, and I was not telling anybody that I studied or I learned. So, one brother saw me in college. He recognized me. Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum assalam, that's it. Salatul Dhuhr comes in the college time. I didn't know that this college had a place to pray. I didn't know that. It had a place to pray, a musalla, that the Muslims pray. And even on Fridays they have Jum'ah in there. I didn't know this. This brother came to me and he said to me, Akhi, Salatul Dhuhr, why don't you pray? I said, Akhi, I do. Where do you pray? In the corners of the college, I hide. He said, you don't need to. There's a musalla, come. Allahu Akbar. I said, where? Show me. He brought me to the musalla. We saw the musalla. I was amazed. Everyone prays here. He said, everyone prays here. Jazakallahu khairan. Yawm al-Jum'ah, he said, there's a khutbah here, Habibi. I said, really? They do khutbah, Jum'ah, everything? He said, everything. I used to pray dhuhr. I came. That Jum'ah, when I came, the first Jum'ah, I walked in, guess what happened? The khatib didn't come, because the khatib used to come from outside. He didn't come that day. So they all looked around and they said, who's going to do the khutbah? Inside me, I held myself together. I said, don't talk, don't say anything. And then 10 minutes went by, and then 15 minutes, and people started getting upset. And then I saw some people getting up and leaving. Then I thought to myself, I looked, I was wearing trousers, t-shirt. I stood up, I walked to the front. So my friend who taught me, he thinks, what's this guy? He's pulling me, stop, don't go, because he thinks I'm going to embarrass him. I went over, I don't know what to talk about, I haven't prepared anything, there's no thought in my mind. As I'm going up, I saw the tafsir of Ibn Kathir rahimahullah ta'ala on the shelf. So what I did was, I went up, I said, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, and I just took the tafsir Ibn Kathir. Whatever ayah I get from it, I'm planning to do something about it. I open it, the ayah comes out, يُثَبِّتُ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا بِالْقَوْلِ الثَّابِتِ فِي الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ وَيُضِلُّ اللَّهُ الظَّالِمِينَ وَيَفْعَلُ اللَّهُ مَا يَشَاءُ. That ayah comes out. In that ayah, as you know, Ibn Kathir brings hadith Imam Ahmad fi Musnadihi, and it talks about the question of the two angels, Munkar and Nakir. MashaAllah. بِطُولِهِ وَتَمَامِهِ. It's there. I looked at it because I said, Assalamu alaikum, right? MashaAllah, the mu'adhin, Allahumma barik, he did a long adhan. So I quickly looked at the tafsir, because my parents, when I was young, at 12 years old, they took me to seek knowledge and study. So I did tafsir of the Quran at that time 3 times. So I was 18 at this time. So I opened Tafsir Ibn Kathir, I looked at it quickly, closed it, put it on the shelf, and I read قوله regarding the ayah, Munkar and Nakir, and the su'alat that will be asked, Man Rabbuk, Ma Nabiyuk, Ma Dinuk, what does each one mean? Khutbah finished. Assalamu alaikum. That brother was one of the reasons, or the reason why I started to teach. Sahib, friend. That day onwards, he said, Akhi, we're not calling no khatib from outside. You're doing the khutbah. You're going to stay with us. It benefits. He encouraged me, because even though I was in the UK all my life, coming back, I spent 5 years out of the country. So when I came back, even my English could not keep up with the Arabic I learnt. Do you understand, brothers? So I was struggling to translate the words from Arabic to English, because my language had deteriorated. It went down. My English went very low. But he pushed me in. He said, don't worry. Inshallah, we'll understand it. Go for it. And that helped me. So a friend, my brothers and sisters, how many, and I'm sure all of you guys have stories like that, where a friend came into your life and mashallah pushed you in the right direction. Or a friend came into your life sometimes and pushed you in the wrong direction, and alhamdulillah, Allah guided you away from it. So that's why, my brothers and sisters, if you have children, you might do the best But a person might come into the life of your child and take him in the wrong direction. So that's why it's very important that friendship and companionship is observed and it's looked after. Because don't tell your child, don't have friends. That doesn't make sense. It goes against the nature of humans. Allah said in the ayah, يَا أَيُّهَا النَّاسُ إِنَّا خَلَقْنَاكُم مِّن ذَكَرٍ وَأُنثَى وَجَعَلْنَاكُمْ شُعُوبًا وَقَبَائِلَ لِتَعَارَفُوا. Some of the ulama, they say لِتَعَارَفُوا here, it means أي لِتَعَايَشُوا, to live together, to coexist. الناس, the people are مَدَنِيٌّ بِالطَّبْعِ, meaning we need to live together. Nobody can live by themselves, I promise you that. صح? So let's not say to our children, don't have friends, but let's say have friends, but good friends. Be with good people. Naam.